Hi, and welcome back to Lizard Studios. Today we are going to be painting. Yes, we are going to be painting, guess what? Apples. Yes, I'm going to show you how to paint some apples, and I'm going to show you that in a really nice style, in a very realistic style that later on in the second lesson we are going to make into a very beautiful line design, and you'll see that in the next lesson. But in this lesson we are painting the apples. I want to tell you about a very special artist. Her name is Amelia Pelaez, and she painted fruits, and she painted lots of fruit bowls, and I really like her because of that. So I got my inspiration for this project from her. So let's begin and see what materials we need today. Okay, so today you are going to need a pencil, you're going to need a paper, a white piece of paper, you're going to need some water, a paintbrush, a napkin, you're going to need an egg carton. I cut this one up for 6 colors because I'm going to be using 6 colors. We're going to be using yellow, green, red, orange, white, and blue, okay, for our project today. Alright, so let's begin, guys. Okay, so today we are going to be looking at these apples. I am inspired by apples because I love apples, they're very yummy, and I love fruit bowls, so I wanted to paint one, okay? And when I was little, I once saw a painting by this lady. Her name is Amelia Pelaez, and she paints fruit bowls. She paints fish, like this one right here, that's called fishes, and she paints also fruits, and she paints flowers, and I loved her paintings because I loved the lines that she used, and I also loved the different fruits and the different food she put on the table. Okay, it just made me feel like I wanted to paint something like that. So today I'm going to show you how to paint some apples, and you are going to paint them. So let's begin. I'm going to take my pencil, and on the paper I am going to paint 2 apples on a fruit bowl, okay? Something like this, okay? So let's see. The first thing that we're gonna do to paint an apple is to make kind of a circle, okay? But that circle we're gonna make into a heart later on. So I'm gonna draw one circle, very soft, okay? And another circle, very soft, okay? And then at the bottom, I'm gonna make like a little curve, and when I get to the top I'm gonna make a bigger curve like this. It doesn't have to be perfect because remember we're gonna add paint to it later on, okay? And then the other one I'm gonna do the same. At the top I'm gonna go in, and when I go to the bottom I'm also going to go up and make like a little curve and take that up, okay? So we're going to try to make these a little bit realistic. So in the back, the apples go on like this, okay? And then these apples are going to have like a little stem that comes up, okay? As you see here, they have little stems that go up, okay, where they hang from the tree. And we're going to paint these. We're just going to make a little line, okay? And then we're going to paint them also, okay? So we just make a little line like that. Now it's time for the paint, boys and girls, okay? But before we get to the paint, look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make like a fruit bowl at the bottom, just like this, and then back here, all right? And I'm gonna make another edge to make it seem like it has an edge. And then this foot right here, I'm just gonna make it go down, okay, down into the paper, like this, okay, just like that. You can make your fruit bowl however you want, okay? You could just make a bowl, or you can make it with a leg at the bottom, all right? So let's begin painting and see what happens, okay? So I'm gonna put the paint in here really quickly. Just watch me. Okay, and now I am going to begin painting the apples, okay? So I'm going to take the water off my brush, okay, just like that. And I am going to begin with red, okay? What do I want to do? I want to paint from the top all the way to the bottom, because as you see behind me, these apples have got little lines that go from the top to the bottom. Okay, so I am going to paint this time in lines. See what I do? I paint from the top all the way to the bottom. I need to hold my paper, okay? And you guys need to hold your paper too, because if not, and don't put too much paint, because we're gonna be mixing some paint, okay? And I am going to paint the other one also. The other one is sideways. Take some water, a little bit of water. And I'm gonna paint this one. And this is the base of the apples. So it's like I am actually putting the bottom color, okay, the first color, okay. Now I'm gonna go to orange. I'm gonna take some orange, okay, and I'm gonna start from the top to the bottom. And I am not gonna put the orange everywhere, okay? I'm just gonna put it on some spots like this, okay? Not everywhere. And like that, you see that I start making like little lines. See, I start making those little lines that the apples have, okay? I still haven't made the back of this orange right here, so I'm gonna start coloring a little bit in the back, just like that. Okay, and the stem, I'm gonna color the stem later, so don't worry about the stem. So you see, so I have some lines. Now I'm gonna put more orange on one side than on the other side, okay? Or like that's fine, okay, that's fine, good. And now I'm gonna start with the yellow. So you take your yellow and you go right on top of here. So I'm gonna put more yellow on this side over here, okay? On my left. And this is the way that I start going from the top to the bottom, right here. Okay, and I put more yellow at the top of the orange, of the apple, just more on one side. I'm gonna put a little bit on this side, not too much, okay? Just concentrate on this side right here to make it look more realistic. And on this side, we're gonna do the same. Okay, so I've got my two apples here, and I'm gonna try to make some lines in yellow. Take more yellow, make some lines. I go up and down, like that. Okay, so there's my apple. I'm gonna take some red, put it in the back right here, make it darker, like right back here. Okay, the little hole right there. I'm gonna make it darker. Okay, and then take some red, and now we go from the bottom to the top. See? On top of the yellow on this side, we go from the bottom to the top. See? And we make it more red on one side and more yellow on the other side. And now we're gonna give it a hint of light. So how do we do that? With some white. So we take white and we just make one little line right on one side like this. Okay, we don't mix it, we just put it on top, just like that, like if the light was hitting it on the side. Okay, just like that. Okay, now we don't want it to be too realistic. We're gonna finish it later on, so don't even worry, okay, about this. Now we are going to paint the stem. Okay, we're gonna paint it, and we're going to do a little leaf. So if you have your pencil, what you're gonna do is on this leaf, on this stem, you're gonna draw just a leaf. And apple leaves are kind of like this. Okay, so we're gonna just do that. We're gonna make a leaf coming out of this apple, just like this. And we're gonna paint it in green. Okay, so let's do that. Let's take some green. And we're gonna do the same as before. We're gonna put the basic green before. Okay, just make it like that. We're gonna paint black later on, so don't worry. We're gonna paint green. Later on, this is gonna be black. But right now we're just gonna paint it green, okay? Just to give it like the first color. And it comes out from the inside of the apple. Okay, so remember that it comes from the inside of the apple. All right, and now we're gonna take some yellow and we are going to add on some yellow to give it some light, okay? And let's do that really quick. On the top, we're gonna add some yellow, and on the top, we're gonna add some yellow. Now, I have made my picture here a little bit flat. It looks like it's looking up at us, and here it is realistic, okay? But I've done it like this on purpose, so you guys learn how to paint the apple first, okay? And we're also doing it like Amelia Pelaez in her paintings. Her things are flatter, okay? That's why she uses lots of lines. Instead of having volume and looking fat, okay, and big, it looks more flat, like this apple right here, okay? So now let's paint the fruit bowl. I'm gonna take some blue and I'm just going to paint around the edge of the apple. Remember that the apple had the little bottom at the bottom, okay, that goes up like this. So I'm just going to paint it with my paintbrush. You have to be very careful. You go up when you fill it up. Fill up that white right there, okay, and you use all your paint. Now you go around. It's okay if you come out just a little bit, okay? A little bit of water. And remember to use your brush, always pulling it, okay? Not pushing it, because like that, see, the brush kind of like breaks. So you don't want to do that. You want to pull it, okay? You want to pull it towards the side that you're painting, all right? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some green right here. Why not? And I'm going to put it right here on the edge, just to mix it a little bit on my paper and give it a sense of dimension. Okay, some green down here to give it contrast. Okay, some contrast there. And now I am going to continue with some water and the blue paint that I have here. Lift up my paper. And I'm just going to bring it out of the paper, okay? Now remember, this is a class of 2 sessions, and in the next session we are going to add some black lines to this, and it's going to come out really cool. There we go. So now in the back I'm going to put some green also, and here. And I think that we are done for today, because in the next session we're gonna start adding the black all around our apple, all around our fruit bowl, and you're gonna see how that's gonna work out. So I hope you liked today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed painting your apples. Let's review what we have done, okay? First, you're gonna write your name in pencil so we know it's your work of art for next week, okay? Then we're gonna review the colors that we have used for the apples. We have used warm colors, red, yellow, and orange, okay? And we have painted in lines from the top to the bottom, from the top to the bottom, and then from the bottom to the top. And we painted one side darker, one side lighter, all right? Because apples do have little spots, and they also have lines that go up and down, okay? So that's the way that we painted. And we used 2 colors on the paper, so it looks lighter and darker, even though next week we're gonna do something different to it, okay? So right now, what we need to do is put this away, okay? And be good, be really, really good this week. Let this dry, and next week we will finish this work of art, okay? So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.